you know, I was gonna have a whole bit just to start this, but then I thought about it real hard, and then I thought that I don't know where I was gonna go with that.
Wait, so we're scripting bits now?
No. I was gonna come up with a bit like just on the spot and just be like, boom. But then I realized this is the bit, so just cue the intro. Hello guys, Two Latin Brothers Podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
And as I said before, that was the bit. It was the saddest bit you'd ever heard.
Dude, I feel like your intros are getting longer and longer and longer.
Well, it's because I don't... You can't judge me. I'm just a poor boy. Nothing really matters. Caught in a landslide.
You can't start quoting lyrics, bro. You can't be doing that.
I hope really you all realize that isn't ours, and I am aware. Yeah.
You can't own that song.
I wish, because...
It's like how people who like always want to be like, you know, you hear that song, you're like, I wish I wrote that song
every day.
Every day. That's not how this works, but okay.
Every day.
It's like I hear a song, I'm like, damn, I wish I wrote this
every day. Every day, I wish that.
Well, all right.
It's mostly with like the Beatles songs, like just every single one of them. I'm just like, dang it, beat me to it. Those 4 chords, I invented that. And then I realized that happened a long time ago, and then I didn't...
Before you were even born.
Before I was
Before you were even a thought. The mere mention of you wasn't even...
I was about to make a joke, but then I realized it's PG.
It's PG.
You know what? We're going to go for a G episode today. We're going to talk about rainbows and sunshine. No, I'm just joking.
Well, then.
No, I'm kidding. We're going to go 13 plus.
What was I gonna? There was something I was gonna talk because there was something I wanted us to talk about, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, okay. So we all know about TikTok.
No, we don't.
Everybody knows what TikTok is.
What is that?
You know, sometimes
I'm kidding.
I know what TikTok sometimes is. I don't know if you're kidding. No,
no, it's because I say it with such a straight face. Like I look like I'm dead in the inside. You know, like that. Like straight. You know, have you ever gotten like stared at before, and like the person just looks dead to you, and then just like, man, that person's so pale.
No, I think
like
sometimes I think like someone's like, you know, like, okay, when you're on the bus, you get this a lot, like on public transport. I mean, not anymore, but before, when you were on public transportation, I remember like I'd be like sitting down, and then there'd be someone just staring in my general direction.
But they're like daydreaming.
Yeah, but it looks like they're staring right at you. Like that guy, like why is he staring at me? Like
are they trying to do like an eye contest thing? Like I'm gonna stare right back.
All of a sudden, like they'll hear like the bus stop for them, and then they'll just like react.
They'll just like jitter up, and they'll be like, "What happened? You know, somebody go get me my coffee. I'm still asleep."
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like you know. But what was I getting at? All right, TikTok. Going back to TikTok.
Yeah,
so TikTok. Everybody's trying to buy TikTok now.
Yeah,
Apple's trying to buy it. Microsoft's trying to buy it. Or like just
that's basically it.
Well, no, like okay. So the reason I'm talking about this is because we're in Canada. Okay, this doesn't really pertain to us, right?
Yeah.
But then Microsoft says that they want to buy it for the U.S., Canada, New Zealand, and Australia.
Yeah.
So now we're involved. Now Canada's like, hey, we're involved, and it's like, why are we involved? We weren't involved at all.
Yeah, I know.
And now we're involved.
It's crazy. It blows my mind. How TikTok all of a sudden is just like... No, how India was just like banned. And we're just like, India doesn't ban anything. What is going on?
Well, they banned a bunch of apps, not just TikTok.
No, I know, but
like specific apps from China.
No, I know, but like such a major app like this. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it's like because they're having like all these like... And they're having a bunch of border disputes between India and China right now. It's a whole thing.
I know.
But like the real story here is the fact that like somehow now we're involved.
No, I know.
That happened. Did that happen earlier? This happened earlier this week.
Yeah.
It was. I think.
Wait, did it? It happened last week.
No, it happened earlier this week.
Last week, Saturday.
I think it was this week.
Last week.
Anyway, what happened? Okay, well, on Saturday, Trump said that he would ban TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
That happened on Saturday.
Yeah.
But this news came out Monday.
Yes.
So it was this week. But, yeah.
Oh, this is crazy.
What, the timelines?
I'm still in March, bro.
Honestly, like, I don't understand. How will we get to August?
I know. I wake up in the morning, I look at my calendar, and I'm like, when did I even flip to that page? I'm like, I'm still in March. I'm still waiting for the, like, you know... the
snow to melt.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I went out... You know what's crazy?
Yeah, no, I think it's because we're home so much.
Like, we feel like we haven't done much, even though we do so.
That's not what I mean, like, in the sense of, like, the fact that, in my case, I don't feel like time's moving.
Yeah.
I feel like
you feel like you're stuck in a long weekend.
No, it feels like limbo. I'm stuck between life and death. No, I feel, yeah, it just feels like a really, or like even like back when I was in high school.
You've just been in summer break.
Yeah, I've been on summer break. When I was like back in school, you know, I get 4 months. I've had those 4 months now.
Wait, in high school? You didn't get 4 months.
When I was back in school, or even when I was in high school, you'd get time off, right?
Yeah.
But in high school, you get 2 months. In college or university, you get 4 months.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why I have to explain that to you.
You didn't have to.
Anyway, getting back to the point.
That was totally pointless.
Well, because you were like, wait, when you were in high school, you don't get 4 months. And I was like, okay.
Well, it's because you said high school and you threw me off. I was on the trail, you know, I was following you, and then, like, you just kind of kicked me off.
Okay, anyway. So, because of that, like, I think, I feel.
You feel.
I feel.
Yes. I don't feel.
You don't feel.
I'm cold-blooded. I'm sorry.
No.
I have no emotion. I'm pretty much a psychopath at this point.
Okay, well, that's on me. But I feel that because of the way, like, this has happened, I am now, like, slowly realizing that once September hits, it's going to hit me even harder because I'm not going to go back to school.
You're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
September?
I'm going to walk into, like, a
You're just going to show up to your college with no reason. You're just going to be like, I miss this building.
No, I
had a class here once. You're just gonna be like walking down, talking to yourself, like down the halls, and somebody's gonna be like, "That person's crazy, Johnny. Stay away from him."
No. I think it'll hit me harder because, you know, or I'll walk into I'll walk into a superstore, be like, I need to buy school supplies, and I'll be like, wait a minute, for the first time in like I don't know how long it's been, like 18 years. I won't have to buy.
That was scary. We said that
it's actually 19 years.
No, I know.
The first time in 19 years, I won't have to buy school supplies.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that is to me?
Not really.
It's crazy because every September, every last week of August or first week of September, I have gone to buy school supplies.
Actually,
for the past
I've gone
18 years
to buy school supplies the first day of school. Like I walked into a Walmart and I'm just like, I need school supplies. I was not prepared for this. No one told me this was happening. So that exact day, I bought all my supplies.
Actually,
and then on the way there in the car, I was like taking off all the tags. I'm like, you know what? Like, what is this about buying new stuff every year? Like, I got a binder from last year. It still works. It's fine.
You open it, it's like the rings are like all this.
No, actually,
there's like a hoop missing.
It is now. It is broken now because I used it for other things and I broke it. But listen, in the beginning of the year, my binder was fine. Okay, I still bought a new one. Why? Who knows? We like to purchase things and waste them constantly. We were talking about TikTok and we keep drifting away from this.
Yes. Anyway.
Yes.
Oh, I finished TikTok.
See.
We finished talking about TikTok.
Did we?
Yes.
I don't remember.
I was just pointing out how we're involved, even though we didn't want to be involved, but now we're involved.
Well, how Canada's involved, not you specifically as an individual.
I mean, I as an individual am
feel
involved.
Affected?
I feel affected.
That's sad. Okay. We're just going to continue and talk about how, you know, I wish I could really interact with the audience right now. I'd be like, how's your day going? Tell me about yourself. You can't really do that unless you just go to the comments down below and let us know what you're doing.
What comments?
You know, depending on the platform you're on.
You know, I don't even check all the other platforms.
We're going to check the other platforms. You know, because we can.
You know what's funny? There are certain platforms that we're on that I didn't even know existed up until we were on the platform.
No, I know. It's crazy. But you know what? If you have a comment section, comment. You know, why not? Like, share, subscribe. I don't know. Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Get your goldfish to listen in. You know, like, they'll love the content.
Why a goldfish?
Why not a donkey? Get your donkey in on this, you know. So.
Who do you know that has a donkey?
I know a few people.
You know a few people have a donkey?
I know people.
You know people?
I know people in high places, bro. They're like owning donkeys and stuff, you know. It's crazy.
You mean they own farmland?
Yeah, acres and stuff.
That's great.
It's crazy. And chickens. Los pollitos. And chickens. And los poleros.
Okay, so there's this guy I met.
You met a guy?
Let me finish.
That's amazing. You know, you just blew up my... You revolutionized my entire state of mind. You met a guy.
So you remind me of this time when I was in college. So I met a guy.
You were in college? You went to college?
Yes, I am a college graduate. Yes, I know. Okay, it's amazing.
It's crazy.
I know. Now I'm doing this week to week with you while we're in this spin. Anyway, okay. So I met this guy in college. Uh-huh. And I remember I can't remember what class it was.
But it was a class. It's irrelevant what class it was.
Okay, anyway, yeah. So we were in class and we were asked what job we have.
Okay.
Like if we ever had jobs. And then and I remember the teacher asked him specifically. He's like, do you have a job? And he goes,
I'm unemployed and I live in my parents' basement.
Listen. He's like, let's just say I work with chickens. And we all go, you work with chickens?
Like a bunch of losers? A bunch of wimps?
No, we're all like, what do you mean? And he goes, are you guys sure you want to know? And we go,
I murder chickens for a living.
No. We're all like, okay, sure. Like, you know? He was very hesitant to tell us. And he's
I'm
like,
a hitman from former Yugoslavia.
No.
I killed chickens. Just imagine putting that on a resume for somebody. You're just like, I'm from former Yugoslavia. I killed chickens. I've been employed for 15 years. Imagine the person reading.
But that was his job. His job was to like kill chickens.
Yeah.
And because he worked on a farm, and that was his job. And we're all like, oh, so that's why I didn't want to tell him. He's like, yeah. It's like, especially like he's like, I'm waiting for like that one person who's like vegan in the class to like start yelling at me, because apparently it happened before in a different class he was in, where like he told somebody and the person sitting behind him was vegan and started yelling at him how could he be killing all his animals.
We literally raised them to kill them.
Anyway, getting back to the point.
If they I feel like
anyway, but he was explaining to us like the whole process of it, and like how you know, they try to do it like in the most like decent way physically possible.
It's like a quick kill.
Well, I mean, because of Canada, you know, he's
a good hitman.
Can I get to the point?
Yeah.
So when you said chicken, that's what I remembered.
You remembered a hitman. You remembered a guy from Yugoslavia.
No.
That's crazy.
I remember a guy who I went to college with who kills chickens.
Why can't he be from former Yugoslavia?
I don't know why he has to be from Yugoslavia.
You know, they were crazy about the shower heads.
Everyone just did not get that joke.
No, I know. You guys gotta watch Seinfeld. We make a lot of references. Just go watch it. It's great. If you don't like it, I don't need you as an audience member. No, I'm just joking. I love you. Stay, please. I need you in my life. What were we talking about?
Well, yeah, I was talking about chickens, but that's really it. That's where the story ends.
Oh, the hitman. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna call that the hitman chicken story for the rest of my life now. I'm gonna be like, bro, tell the hitman chicken story, and you're gonna feel like it's not what it sounds like.
I think it'll be really funny because like if we make a new group of friends, or something like that, we're like just hanging out, and they're like, yo, you should tell them the story about the chicken hitman, and then we're like, what?
Why just forget about this, and we're gonna have friends who do listen to this episode, and be like, yo, can you tell my friend like the chicken hitman? I'm gonna be like, what? I'm gonna be like, there was a chicken hitman. And they're gonna be like, yeah, don't you listen to your own episodes? I'm like, no.
No, they'll be like, yeah, from the former Yugoslavia. We'll be like, from the what?
From the what? I'm like, do you even know where that is? And they'll be like, yeah, it's like here and then there.
Like, it's just, I think, I don't know, we can't, I mean, we could, but like, I think we'll get to a point where we'll have so many episodes, we won't be able.
We should really start naming, like, the jokes. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and, like, archive all of this stuff. You know, like give each joke like its own name, and then like one day we're just gonna become real comedians, and we're gonna go do a bit, and we're just gonna use all of this.
We're gonna use all of this.
Yeah, we're just do it live.
Why would we use all of this?
Why not? Are you texting somebody in the middle of a podcast?
I'm looking for something, but I can't seem to find it.
You're looking for the hitman, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
You're gonna tag him underneath. No,
I just wanted to check like really quickly. I wanted to check if Ireland is still listening to us.
So you've been shouting them out, you know what I'm saying?
I was just curious, you know, because I haven't checked it in like a hot minute.
Yeah.
And
is Ireland
still at the top? That's the question. And you know what's crazy? It's loading.
That's not crazy. That's pretty normal, actually.
It's insane.
You know, at least it's not dial up. No.
You're not gonna believe this.
What?
Morocco's in 4th place.
Morocco! Shout out to Morocco! That's crazy. You know
what's crazy?
That is Morocco.
Okay, so look, it goes, the listing is, like, for our listeners, is Canada.
Yeah.
The United States.
Of course.
These make sense.
Yes.
Logically.
Yes.
Ireland.
Okay.
Morocco.
Okay.
India.
Okay.
Mexico. Australia. Brazil. Switzerland. Is Brazil new to the list?
No.
I don't remember if it's been on the list before.
I have a few Brazilian friends.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just because they're your friends doesn't mean they listen to you.
Oh, that's very, very true and very, very sad all at the same time.
The Czech...
We got really quiet. I just realized.
The Czech Republic is on here.
The Czech Republic.
Bangladesh is on here.
Bangladesh.
Iraq is on here now.
Iraq is on there now. I don't think I remember hearing Iraq is on there. I think Iraq is new.
Probably. I just think it's interesting how, like...
I'm not advertising this to India, like... I mean, I'm glad, but at the same time, like,
That's a big market, bro.
That's a big market. Have you heard of T-Series? PewDiePie was like literally fighting a company. It's crazy.
I love how Mr. Beast showed up to be like his campaign.
Oh, did you hear of like the guy who like hacked a bunch of printers and just like started printing out subscribe to PewDiePie? Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I wish I thought of that personally as an individual. Like, I wish I was the one to do that.
I think it's interesting how the whole
world was rooting for
America
PewDiePie.
Was rooting for PewDiePie.
Yeah, I know.
And then like the other thing too is like,
see, even if like T-Series like had like early in the game had like surpassed PewDiePie, he still would have been the YouTuber with the most subscribers.
Yeah.
Because T-Series is a company. You can't say T-Series is a YouTuber because it's multiple people.
It's a company.
It's a company. So even if the company passes like early on in the game, he still would have been the great. Like,
I just think it's interesting how one guy was like just hanging out. He was like, "Yo, guys,
I'm gonna start a revolution. I'm gonna become the greatest YouTuber with the most subscribers. We're gonna start this." Tomorrow. Just joking.
Tomorrow?
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to surpass PewDiePie within a month. That'd be insane.
You would have to like start walking up to people on the street.
You'd be like, subscribe.
You'd have to shout out to the world. You'd have to spam the world and then start just walking out into the
I'd probably get to the point where I'd be like, yo, PewDiePie, can you shout me out?
Get people on the street. Get like people from all over the world to go out on the street and get them to subscribe.
Literally. I'll be like, you hobo, I need you to like sign in.
They'd be like, I don't have a sign in, and they're like, get one. Yeah. I need you to make an email account.
I bought you this phone. I need you to create a whole new thing.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are our stats. I don't know. I like looking at those.
It's interesting because like there's like just places you wouldn't think. Well, your voice travels so far
because of the internet.
Because of the interwebs.
It is bizarre though. Like to think about it, it is bizarre.
Yeah.
That our voice is on the internet now. And because we do this every week, it's not just
multiple
once. It's
time.
It's
reoccurring.
I mean,
week to week.
Yes, of course it's reoccurring, but I mean more of the sense of it's now there. Like it's not going away. It's there.
Not, it's there.
It's there. And on top of the fact that it's on like everything, makes it, except for YouTube and SoundCloud.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll get it on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
When everybody stops asking, I'll get it on SoundCloud.
When the whole world decides to just stop using SoundCloud, which probably will never happen, I'll be like, you know what? I think it's time I start putting things on SoundCloud. Like, you know what? This is what we're gonna have to do now. When TikTok, like, literally, when they announce, if they announce TikTok being like banned and they give us date, literally the day before we're finally gonna put our first post to TikTok.
We'll just come out of nowhere like, guys, we're here. We
finally made a TikTok. We're gonna grow. We're gonna become big. We're gonna become huge. Next day we're banned.
You know what? It would be like a clip of like the floor and you just talking, saying that.
Guys, this is my first TikTok. We're gonna make it big. Send this to your everyone.
Share,
like, get me in the system.
Yeah, that would be like the funniest thing.
Yeah.
We should totally do that if that happens.
Just staring at my feet. These are my shoes. Let's get to 2 million, guys. Just becomes reoccurring. People start uploading it to Instagram. It goes beyond the TikTok. Gets onto, what's the new one?
Triller?
Triller, yeah.
Triller. Everyone's on Triller now.
People are switching to Triller,
What is? I checked that. I checked the App Store. It's got like 10 million plus downloads now.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's crazy.
Everybody's jumping on this.
Everybody's like, you know what? TikTok's gonna be gone. I need another thing to be addicted to.
No, it's more like just. I think it's more or less like because some people, the fear of like losing it, and a lot of TikTokers are now moving. Isn't
Instagram implementing like a duo story?
Yeah, they're trying to do that, like so that you can do it. But what's interesting is the fact that some TikTokers are just like, you know what, forget it, I'm going to YouTube.
Yeah,
and they're like, some of them are just like straight, they're only on YouTube now.
Some were really smart about it. As soon as they got big on TikTok, they decided to make a YouTube.
Yeah,
and build that platform. So that way, like, people wouldn't be like, since it's banned, they're trying to, like, keep that clout. From the beginning, some of these people were just like, no, we made this clout. This was all intentional. This wasn't a backup plan. This is the plan.
No, this was definitely a backup plan.
Totally backup plan, but this is the plan initially. Kind of, not really. But this is the plan.
All the plans are falling apart right now.
Yeah, I know. Like, everything's falling apart right now.
I don't know.
I like... A lot's happening in the world.
There's a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
some really sad things are happening.
Yeah.
You know, with Lebanon.
Yeah.
And Mexico.
Prayers out to everyone who had a lost one. Or
yeah. What is it? The other day, me and our dad were watching John Wick 3, and I was like, isn't Keanu Reeves from Canada? And it turns out he was born there in Lebanon, and I was like, wait a minute. And I had this whole moment of like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
And then it hit me again that he was also like, he was born there, but he was raised in Canada.
You're just like, this man.
In the city of Toronto, which isn't surprising at all, but like...
Literally, so is Toronto. See, if you say Toronto, I know you're not Canadian. You're most likely not, because we all say Toronto.
Toronto, yeah.
Toronto. It's Toronto. You know?
I hadn't thought about that up until this moment.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre.
We don't like our T's that way. We don't like double T. We just go Toronto. You know, the T's silent. English has literally evolved to a point where letters are not like.
Well, why would we put them there if we're not going to say them?
I know it's pointless. We literally should just rename Toronto. Just get rid of the T. It's not needed. We don't even say it anyways.
Toronto.
Like you literally, you said Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto. Like, have I been saying it wrong this whole time?
Yeah, you literally have.
Imagine like there's that one guy who's from the States. Like, let's just say, like, where is this city they always talk about?
Also, like we use like in English in general, we like to change our T's into D's constantly. Ottawa.
You mean the capital of our country? We're saying it wrong.
Yeah, Ottawa.
You know what? I'm not getting into this. You know, this is a whole phonetics thing.
It's so stupid.
Okay, look, I knew a guy.
Why are we Why not just write it with a D? Get rid of the letter T and just use D.
You know, they use 2 T's.
Yeah, but like whatever.
No.
Again, Toronto. It's silent. You know, like H. Like I don't understand
H in Spanish.
Yeah, like H. Yeah, that's right. No, but like you know, sometimes when I'm spelling things out, like for example, the word knife. When I'm spelling it, I literally, in my mind, I say, knife. I like whisper it to myself. I'm like, knife. I'm like, I need, like, for example, the word no. When I'm writing it down, like, no. I can't forget that K. Otherwise, it's now. Why?
Because someone said so.
Like, what?
Yeah. I had a science teacher once ask me, what's the purpose of the letter K in the English language? And I had this whole, like, moment.
The whole moment of just, like, to spell knife.
No, because he was like, you could, like, any sound that you can think of that you can make with the K. Then I was like, what about kitchen? And he goes...
You can literally replace the K with a C.
Yeah, right. And then he's like, I'm like, a knife doesn't really need the K at the beginning of it.
It's knife.
Where's the K? The K doesn't make a sound.
I know, it's stupid.
So, and then like, you know, words like, but I mean no and then no.
I mean like besides names. Like names.
No
names.
And now are like, you know.
No, I know, but like, why is putting a K in front of something change an entire word? It's not like you're saying canal. like what? Like who thought this was okay? Like, you know what I mean?
It's like I know and no.
Yeah, I know. No. Now? Wait, what? You know what?
But here's the thing.
K is pointless.
It kind of is, but...
Like, unless you're texting. You know, some people just put K.
I mean, I'm sure there's a...
You know, there's a lot of ways to spell okay. Literally O and K.
Yeah, you don't need to get into this.
O-K-A-Y.
You really don't need to get into this. I think that there are certain moments in English... In history where we made a poor choice.
You know what? Screw Shakespeare.
What do you mean? He made words.
I know he made words and made a bunch of other words that were totally unnecessary.
What's wrong with your voice?
I don't know. I'm like losing myself in this episode. I'm discovering who I am as a person in this episode.
Oh, what kind of... You know, we talked about TikTok, YouTube...
I know, I'm just discovering all these things for myself now.
You know, the world's falling apart and you're discovering yourself. That's what you're doing with your time.
You know, I like to work on myself.
Yeah. That was the craziest thing. Everybody came out like after 2 months of quarantine. You know, I've taken the time to reflect and work on myself as an individual.
And then you see them eating a box of donuts and then realizing that they have no purpose in life.
No, I mean, everyone was saying that.
I love how you totally just disregarded that. That's totally like sad and totally true. People honestly did that and it was terrible. That's why Instagram and like a bunch of other social media activities were like, you know what? Self-love.
People are losing it, man.
I'm losing it.
I've
been lost. somebody called the popo. I need to be found.
I can't remember what song. There's a song that says like, you got lost so that you could be found. But I was like, well, no.
I wish all of you could have just seen my face right now. My face was like, say what? You know, like sometimes.
No, but that's like an actual lyric in a song. I can't remember what song it is.
You got lost so that you could be found.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not lost, obviously there's no point in being found. So
but
like
the purpose of like you purposely went to go get lost so that someone could find you. That's how lonely you were.
Like there's this music video like by I forgot who it is, but like she walks into like a fortune teller and she's like, "Would you like me to read your future?" And then she's just like, "No, I make my own destiny." And you're just like, you literally walked in here just to be like, "No, I can make my," like you made an appointment, lady. Like stupid.
What if it's like a walk-in?
I know, right? But like you walked in. No one told you. No one forced you. You literally walked in to be like, "No, I don't need this." No, there's a whole video on Instagram I saw of a guy who makes fun of like that specific music video, and he's like, you walk into a barbershop. You sit down and you're just like, "Okay, what would you like today?" "No, I cut my own hair." And the guy's just like, "Bro, you literally made an appointment to cut your hair like a week ago." It's just like I brought your pizza. "No, I make my own food." Like you ordered it. You just like what's wrong with you? You know, I'm having a hard time with myself.
Okay, well, now that we've established that people are doing things just for the sake of doing, it's like that.
It's like what were you saying? Like earlier this week, we had a neighbor. You were telling me this earlier.
Yeah.
How we have a neighbor who was retiling the roof. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And his wife was yelling at him that the roof didn't even need repair.
Yeah. No, I was like, you know, you've reached peak boredom when you start doing things that don't need to be done.
I know.
Because okay, so like...
It's like I'm renovating my house.
Okay,
we renovated it last
This happened
month.
like 2-3 weeks ago. No, it's like almost a month ago now.
Okay.
Where I was walking... I think I went to the store to go get something. And I was walking by the house. And he had like this ladder. And he was climbing up to the roof.
Yeah.
And this lady... like someone at the bottom of the room was like yelling at me, "Honey, you don't need to fix the roof tiles; they're fine." And I just turned and looked at her like, "Oh, okay, that seems like a thing." And I was like, "That's peak boredom right there."
When you start working on your house, and there's no need to work on your house, you've reached maximum boredom. You know,
yeah.
Or you just no. I would say maximum boredom is when you start inventing stuff.
Actually, there are people who that's their job.
No, like I mean like pointless stuff. I mean like you walked into the kitchen. You
put peanut butter and jelly on a sandwich.
Put them together.
A jelly and peanut butter sandwich.
A J&P.
A J&P.
You know, it's the flavors are odd, but yet they works in harmony.
Yeah, it already exists. It's called a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. A PB&J.
So what? You've just broken my life.
I know, right?
No,
I can't imagine like the amount of like.
I can't imagine the guy who did that first, right? Like, I'm sure he wasn't the first, but he thought he was the first. Like, I'm gonna add peanut butter, add a little bit of jelly on the side, and then realized this is something, you know. Like we should start mass producing this stuff, and then he didn't say anything, and then he made it for somebody, and then it caught on, you know. You should have licensed it or something.
No, I think
not
that...
licensed it.
Okay, look, I think it happened...
by accident.
Yes. It's like the first...
He ran out of peanut butter. No, he had jelly.
No, it's like the first guy who ate berries, right? Like,
there was ways to test berries.
I mean, specific berries.
There's ways to test berries, though.
But
you don't have to die.
I mean, before... Do you think they knew that before?
Yes.
I doubt it.
Bro, there are some roots on this earth that just touching can give irritation. There are berries on this planet that just touching can give irritation.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So you touch it, you have it in your fingers, okay? If you start noticing your pinky looking like a thumb... You know.
Okay, well,
you shouldn't be eating that stuff.
Let's say
you're gonna swallow your tongue.
Look, let's say hypothetically it's not one of those berries. Okay, so he grabs the berry. It's in his hand.
Chew it in your mouth for a bit. You're gonna feel some kind of tingling sensation.
Okay, but let's just
You're gonna think you're Spider-Man for a second, but then you're gonna realize you're dying.
Okay, but back in the day, like we're talking like prehistoric, right?
I'm prehistoric.
Not prehistoric.
I'm basically a fossil.
We're talking like the caveman times, right? So the caveman times, right? So in those times, if you ate a poisonous berry, that was it. That's how it ended. Like there wasn't like rush you to a hospital.
I'm sure they've had ways of throwing out.
Sure,
but even then, it's still bad.
But still, like I mean,
it's not like you know, like It's not like they were just like, I have antibiotics, you know. It's more like, I'm gonna die. This is great. I'll see you next week.
You know what? I think we should wrap up the episode.
For what?
It's hot in here.
Okay, you know what? You know what? I'm going to say this last thing. And that was it. The silence. I'm sure everybody just left in that one moment.
Nobody knows there was silence because I edited that out.
I just added another piece of silence.
I edited that out too.
I'm making this really difficult for you right now.
I'm chopping all of the silences out.
Okay, well, you know what, guys? I'm just going to say to have a good day. Be safe. Keep your 6 feet apart. You know what? For great...
Is it 2 feet, not 6 feet? No, it's 2 meters.
2 meters, which is 6 feet.
Yeah, I know. I just realized that.
You know what, guys? For extra safety, we're going to go for 6 kilometers of distance. You know, just pull out your phone. You know, get a cup and a wire. You know, some string. The voice will travel.
I can't remember what movie it is where, like, this girl calls a guy and he's, like, sitting, like in a restaurant. Like, in a restaurant. And she's like, hi, hello. And he turns up and looks around. And he's like, why are you like
calling me? I'm like right here.
You could have just like walked or she's like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you in a bit. And like they hate, but like
no, it's like how everything's different.
You know, we need to wrap up.
You know, no, just let me finish this part. You know how like everything's different in text.
Yeah.
You know how like sometimes like you're texting somebody and it's just like, wow, so easy to talk to this person through text. And you see them in real life, you're like, so hey, and that was the dialogue. That was literally it. That was literally the entire dialogue. That was like so sad, you know. And then you go back to text, and then you're just like, yo, what's up? How's it going? And then you go like full on conversation, like it's great and everything. And then the next day you see each other again, you're like, well, I don't know what to talk about.
Because you already talked about everything there is to talk about.
No, but you met up with this person at the end of the, you know. So like you've gone through some stuff, you know. You've gone through some.
What if you didn't go through anything? What did you go through?
I forgot this is PG. I'm struggling.
Can you?
There's just some jokes.
Can you wrap up,
bro? I can't do it. You're gonna have to do it for me. Okay, guys. This has been Two Latin Brothers podcast. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you can. You know, maybe we're not gonna see it, but if you have a comment, maybe you can just slide into them DMs. You know, leave us a comment, leave us a question. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about, and we'll get back to you eventually. Probably not at one point, but we will. You know. We can. Also, make sure your grandma, donkey, rooster, and chickens listen to this, because honestly, we just need the place.
What is wrong with you?
You know, just keep it on a loop. You know, it's great. We're making it. Okay, guys. Well, catch you guys on the next one. Don't die. Stay safe. We send our prayers. Catch you guys. Bye.
Bye.